Da 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 da.
Yep, so you're looking at a somewhat messy desktop. A thing of Old Spice in the background, an Xbox One controller, and a mug of tea, Earl Grey, not so hot at the moment. And it's pickups, everybody. Funny story, excuse me. I actually shot this already and prepped it, was all ready to go, because I figured I only have the one pickup, which I'll show in a bit. But I was looking into my pickups logbook, because that's a thing I do now all of a sudden. I keep track of my pickups, because sure, why not? And it turns out I picked up two other items, including one item that I forgot I even had because it was buried in my drawers, and I had to pull it out, and lo and behold, there it was. So we'll start with the somewhat insignificant piece, which is Donkey Kong Land 2 for Game Boy. Normally not quite insignificant, but in this case there's a couple other items that seem a little more something. I don't know what the proper word would be. But anyways, we'll start with this. It is a 112 in one game cartridge multi-cart thing. You swallow. You swallow. Except you. You do. I don't know. There's a joke to go with that. I can't be bothered. Anyways, it's a Mega Drive, Sega Genesis multi-cart thing. Has a few decent games on here. Your Sonics, your Streets of Rage. Has the 3 Double Dragon games on here, which is kind of neat. Has the prototype Ninja Gaiden game that was unreleased, which is kind of neat. Has the prototype Street Fighter 2 Turbo game that became something else. And it's not quite the same game as the Street Fighter 2 game that eventually graced the Mega Drive as the Special Champion Edition. It's got Musha, it's got a few decent games on here, so it's a nice selection of games. And it's fairly cheap, about 30-40 bucks, so it wasn't so bad. And yeah, that's a nice find, I think. And our last pickup, I'll show you the box, since it came in a box. A rather fancy box, and something I didn't think I would come across at the flea market, but lo and behold, here it is. The Data East All-Star Collection for the NES. Made to look like the black box from like the early Nintendo days, which is funny because you figure you try to make it look like what Data East branded boxes for the NES would look like, but whatever. Anyways, it's an all-star collection of 5 Data East games, including Bad Dudes, Side Pocket, Ring King, Burger Time, and Buggy Popper, otherwise known as Bump and Jump. And yeah, it shows you the screenshots for all 5 games. And it's an empty box, but I assure you it did come with a game. And this is what the cartridge looks like. It stands out, at least. That's all I could say about it. So, yep. Those are the pickups for January 2019. Not much else to say there. Not a whole lot of stuff, but some decent stuff regardless. So, yeah. Good night.